Yo, what's up guys, Aiden here. So today in this video, I'm going to show you how to make $1,200 trading stocks in one day. I traded SUNE soon and I traded it as a multi-day breakout. So let's jump straight into it and I'll show you exactly what went on. I'm aware that I'm not I feel like I should be giving a bit of a bigger introduction or something, but just jumping straight into the content, to be honest. Right, cool. So SUNE, let's start with the daily chart, as always. Now we can see from the daily chart that it's had this big gap down here. That's important because not only because they've done an offering, but also because at this moment in time in the market, what's seeming to run are stocks that have had an offering about a week ago, which makes no sense, but if that's what's working, that's what's working. So you can see here, this offering, it had an offering about a week ago, and then it had this big green day here. Now, I didn't trade it on this green day, and the reason for that is, if we jump to the intraday chart, 3-minute chart, you can see here, this is the big gap down, big offering. I missed this action, I didn't really see it. And then it has this after hours spike and then a morning pre-market spike all the way up to 59 cents. And then when the market opens, it kind of just fades all day and fades the day after. So for me, there's nothing of interest really. I'm interested when I see this action, this big run up. I'm interested to see what it can do, but when it completely fails, there's nothing there for me. I'm not looking for a first green day on a stock that's been so weak in its run up. So I had no problem at all missing its first green day, which is here. So for me, not bothered at all if I missed that. The run up's not strong enough. So a first green day, for people who don't know, is a bounce day for a stock that's had a strong run up and then a significant decline. So I missed this green day, and it wasn't on my radar at all. It was written in my daily watch list, but there was no action there that I liked. I just was aware that it was a big spike around this day. So whilst I wasn't watching it, the ticker was in my subconscious. And so pre-market on Friday the 14th, when it flashed up on my scanner, I saw SUNE. I thought, oh, I know that one. Let's have a look, see what's going on. So I checked the scanner and I could see that it was breaking. I saw the scanner quite late and it had already broke past this level here. Now this level was already drawn on, fortunately. So it instantly locked me into what was going on, and I could straight away gauge that this is setting up for a multi-day breakout. Now, I feel as though a lot of traders, when they go to trade multi-day breakouts, and I did this quite a lot in the past as well, they look to trade it, the breakout level is here, it's 52 cents, yeah? It reached, after hour or pre-market, it reached 59, but the breakout level here is 52 cents. So a lot of traders will be looking to get in or around this area, hoping for the breakout. And that's what I used to do, but it didn't serve me very well, even though sometimes they would run. More often than not, they'd fail or I'd get shaken out. And so I couldn't really understand how people are, you hear a lot of, almost every newbie trader starts trading breakouts. It's like the go-to pattern. But I know there are people who perhaps do buy in or around here and make a successful career out of it, but for me the risk reward is not there. So I had to look at finding a different way of trading these. So what I found was that if it's going to retest this level, there is, it's different. Don't get me wrong. If it consolidates here for a few days or a couple of days or a week and then has a push, that's a different thing in compared to, a 50% run up. That's a completely different thing. How big is that run up? I don't even know. Yeah, 40% run up, something like that. Yeah, we're roughly a 40% run up. So that's I don't even know. My maths, I can't even figure it out. But yeah, it's a completely different thing if a stock's having to make a big move to get to a breakout level. I want to be figuring out how to get in before it reaches that level so I can sell into that level and potentially leave some on in case it breaks out. So what I discovered was there are important levels that it will need to break and hold before testing the ultimate breakout level, and that level in this instance was this high from the first green day. I feel like I'm saying this in a really long-winded way, so I hope it makes sense. Basically, I'm looking for it to break a key level before the breakout level in order to get some good risk reward so I can sell in to the level where I guess most people are buying. So this flashed up on my scanner here, and because I already had this level drawn on from the high of this first green day, I knew instantly that this was sizing up for a first green day. So when the market opened, first green day for a multi-day breakout. So when the market opened, I could see it had this little pull, and I could see on level 2 and tape that this is firm. So I got in around just over 39 cents, and my plan was to sell all the way up into the multi-day breakout and the pre-market highs of 59 and leave a little piece on just in case. And I've pretty much followed my plan to T. So sold into each one of these spikes. I think my best sell was like just over 60. So I missed this little move here, but locked in around 950 on that. And then I did something really stupid. Not stupid, my thesis was good. I didn't follow my plan. So basically, a lot of traders will buy breakouts sort of either when they're breaking through the key level, which would be 52, as we discussed. So here, you can see the volume coming in here as well. Or they'll buy it when it comes back and checks this level. Now, as I've just described, prefer to buy it at a lower level because it provides better risk reward. But if it does have a strong break above the breakout level, I will look to get in on occasion if it retraces back to the breakout level, which is what it did here. And I really sort of liked this action in that it doesn't hold it cleanly, it rarely does, but it was around that round number of 50 cents. And when it tried to break 50 and it couldn't, that was my signal to get in. So I got back in, and my plan was to hold and let it retest highs and possibly leave a piece on for the breakout. Correct thesis. Unfortunately, I began sort of trading P&L at this point here because I checked in my account, and I was just very close to crossing 20k, which I'd been looking forward to for quite some time. I only started with like 7k, so 7-ish k. So yeah, the account's growing nicely, but on this occasion I kind of got like completely just like sucked into P&L and just like ended up selling my position, and then looking at my account balance and realizing that I was actually like $19,999 and like 36 cents or something like that. So it completely serves me right for trading profit over process. But yeah, still locked in. I think another 250 on that. So finished the day 1,200 in profit. So a couple of things to add to this in terms of what gave me conviction to trade this as a multi-breakout. And there was primarily two things in addition to the sort of the technical analysis of this, which I've just described. But in addition to that, the volume was very, very key. And it's kind of, I'm thinking about this today, often I don't even think about checking volume anymore. My eyes just go there, boom, automatically, because I just know it's so important. And I love that habit that I've developed over time. So you can see here, actually, let's check the minute chart. You can see here pre-market. Okay, I don't want to, I'm trying to remove when the market opens, so you can get a clearer idea of the volume pre-market. So here, the volume pre-market is similar to its bigger spikes, on its first green day. So that level of volume is significant. It's higher than the 2 previous days, and already pre-market it's matching its first green day. So that level of volume tells me that today this stock could have the juice that it needs. So really, really important to check volume. Now, a lot of these sort of various setups, the volume doesn't come in till later. So it's not just, there's no volume, there's no trade, but it is nevertheless a really important indicator. And when I saw that volume, it's so, what's the word? Like I build so much conviction from that. So that's the first reason I had conviction in this multi-day breakout setup. But also the second reason was HMR. So HMR, daily chart as always, had a multi-day breakout on this day here. Now, there's a few sort of patterns going on here. We've got day one, nice day one, then we've got a day 3 surge, then we've got a multi-day breakout / day 2 continuation. So a lot of different things going on there. But I did watch this. I didn't partake in the 3rd day surge or the multi-day breakout, but this was a really strong breakout day. And I enjoyed watching it, sort of just this real nice bit of strength there. So I enjoyed watching that, and it just registered in my mind that breakouts are on at the moment. And so when SUNE was beginning to sort of look at the early stages of it, do you know what I mean? The early stages of it. I mean, maybe people are recognizing it down here, but definitely here and on this break. But yeah, so when this sort of came on my radar, yeah, the fact that HMR had a multi-day breakout was very just like, boom, just flashed up. I didn't have to consciously think like what's working at the moment. It's just like I recognize it, that's in play. Okay, cool, the volume's there, it's just broke a key level, there's good risk reward, let's do it, this is the plan, I'm going to sell into these levels. So yeah, excellent bit of trading on the breakout. Obviously the put myself in my rightful place on this sort of second attempt, but no, I'm really pleased with this overall. So all right, cool guys, thank you very much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Bye.